And everyone thinks that they can do our job, and everyone thinks that they can be a trainer, or they can teach, or they can create content. And part of that is, historically, we started as order takers. So in the 1800s, if you look back in the Industrial Revolution, employees needed to be trained. So the manager would say, okay, go train them to move this widget here. And so we would go and we'd say, okay, move this widget here. And that mindset has continued throughout. And part of it is our fault, because we continue to act like order takers. I was a military brat. Like I said, my father was in the Army, and so I grew up as an order taker. So when I joined the industry, order taking was my natural mindset. Sure. And it wasn't until about 10 years in that I realized I have a point of view. I have experience, I have value, and by the way, what you're telling me to do is not right. What do you mean you want a 30-minute ILT to change some sort of culture behavior? That's not gonna work. But our stakeholders aren't really open to that idea. And a lot of that is because we don't have the skill sets to have those conversations, to have the consultative dialogue. We don't have the skill set necessarily to be able to push back gently, or to know when to push back. That's one of the things I hear a lot of people say, yeah, we got to push back and tell them, no, that's not the right way. But there's so many things you have to consider, like, how long have you had that relationship? Is this brand new? Because if it's brand new, you don't want to go in guns blazing, telling them how wrong they are. You've got to build up credibility. You've got to ask yourself, is there a fire? If somebody's house was on fire, you're not going to stand back and say, oh, well, let's see why that happened. Let's do a needs analysis. Maybe they left the stove on. Maybe it was arson. Oh, it was poor electricity. No, you're going to get together. You're going to get hoses. You're going to get buckets, whatever, and you're going to put the fire out. Once everything is stable, then you're going to step back and then analyze the situation. And so that's what we have to do as well. Is it a fire? Is there an urgent need where someone needs us to do something, and then we can figure out later on how to change their mindset? We also have to keep in mind that a lot of times our stakeholders are also order takers. Someone else told someone else who told someone else who's then telling us what to do. So we're saying to them, hey, we need a needs analysis. We need this budget. We need to go back and do this. And they're like, yeah, sorry, no, just get it done. So we've got to be able to build up our credibility, and part of our credibility is about our expertise. And so we have to truly step back and ask ourselves, do we have the skill set and capability to warrant the respect that we want and that we're demanding?